Today we are going to study the SAR of beta blockers. Beta blockers structurally classified into two types. One is aryl ethanolamine and second is aryl oxypropanolomine. So first we'll see about this aryl ethanolamine, that what are the changes in the structure is leads to the change in the activity. So start with the general structure of aryl ethanolamine. You can see the general structure. In that there is a one phenyl ring, two ethyl chain, and then the amine group. That amine is further substituted with a one chain or the cyclic, that is your R. If you are looking at the phenyl ring, then there is a 6 carbon. In that the fourth and fifth is a majorly affecting the activity, I mean the substitution. If we are changing at the fourth and a fifth position, so there is a change in the activity. Now first I'll give you the first point regarding the substitution at the fourth and fifth position in the phenyl ring. If we are substituting the hydroxy group at the fourth and the fifth position, then it will give a agonistic activity. The example of that is isoprenaline. You can see the structure of isoprenaline. It's here. Hydroxy group is substituted. Okay. Then moving to the second point. Second point, in that there is a substitution of a chloro group at the fourth and the fifth position, then it will give a antagonistic activity. You can see the example of a dichloroisoprotanol. That structure is this. The chlorine is substituted at R4 and R5. Okay. Then the next point, that is related to the agonistic antagonistic activity of substitution at R4 and R5. Now moving to the chain. If this alkyl chain of 2 carbon is increase or decrease, then it affects the activity. So it is must that this carbon chain is of 2 carbon. It should not less than that or not more than that. Now moving to the next point, moving to the amino group. If this amino group of nitrogen of that amino group is having a smaller substitution at the R place, then it will gives a alpha selective activity. Similarly, if the larger substitution at this R, it will gives a beta specific activity. Here you can see the example that isoprenaline is a substituted with a 3 carbon chain, so it is a beta specific activity giving structure. Now moving to the amine, back to amine. Then if this amine is a di substituted, after this we have seen that it is a singly substituted, that it is denoted as a R. If it is a substituted with R and R1, that hydrogen if is replaced with the substitution, then it will gives the inactivity of the structure. And then next is, if the phenyl ethyl or the hydroxyphenyl ethyl groups is added to that nitrogen, it will maintain the beta blocking activity. Then if we are discussing at the substitution of R, then if it is a cyclic structure and compare it with the aliphatic chain, so cyclic structure gives you a better pharmacological activity than the alkyl chain. Moving to the next point, methyl substitution at alpha carbon decrease the activity. Then if the para hydroxy group, back to the phenyl ring, para hydroxy group is substituted or replaced by hydroxy is replaced by sulfonamide, methyl sulfonamide specifically, then it will increase the activity. The example is sotalol. I have the structure of sotalol. So here the structure, you can see that this hydroxy group, I mean the fourth position, is substituted by a methyl sulfonamide. Now these are related to our aryl ethanolamine. So these are the changes which are responsible for the change in the activity. Now moving to the second part, that is aryl oxypropanolomine. So here the general structure of aryl oxypropanolomine. This methoxy group you can see on the top of the fused ring, that is essential for the activity. It must be between the aromatic ring and the aliphatic chain, that is ethyl amino side chain. So it is essential for the activity. Now if we are discussing about this fuse ring, then even if this fuse ring is replaced by the single phenyl ring, even then it will give a efficient beta blocking activity. And the example of that is a oxprenolol. You can see the structure of oxprenolol. Here only one phenyl ring is there. Okay, now moving to the substitution. In that, in this structure, alkenyl group when present at the ortho position of the phenyl ring, then it will gives a good beta antagonist activity. We can see the example of oxprenolol same. Here you can see at the ortho position there is a substitution which gives a good antagonist activity, specifically a beta antagonist activity. Another example of that is alprenolol. You can see the structure later on. And next one is, if we are substituting the methyl, methoxy or nitro group on the phenyl ring, then at the second and third position it is a favorable. But when we are talking about the substitution at the fourth position, then it is a least favorable. The example of that is a metipranolol. Next and the last point of this class is, when this isopropyl and the tertiary butyl group is present on the amino group, then it provides the nucleophilicity to the amino group. So the best example of that is a atenolol. So hope you are getting with this SAR and this two class of beta blockers.